Hi teacher, my name is Nicole Campuzano and I'm going to introduce the Speaking of the FCE paper 4. So first we have some general considerations. This paper comprises 4 parts. It has a duration of approximately 14 minutes. There are 2 examiners. It is carried out in pairs. During the exam, you have to interact with one of the oral examiners, the interlocutor, and with your partner. The other examiner doesn't speak and only take notes. So, the speaking paper has 4 parts. The first part is a conversation giving personal opinions. The second part is long-term giving information and expressing opinions. The third part is a collaborative task, exchanging information and ideas. And the last part, which is the fourth part, is a discussion developing the topic of part 3. So now we are going to see more about these parts, some tips and strategies that students can use to develop this part better.
My name is Diana Mantilla. I'm going to talk about FCE exam speaking part 1, which is named conversation. Here you have a conversation with the examiner. The examiner asks some questions and you have to give information about your interest, status, career, etc. Here you can practice giving information about yourself and expressing your opinion about various topics. You have to speak for 2 minutes. Expert strategies to have better results in this part. Avoid giving one-word answer. Add some details, but don't speak for too long. Don't use prepared answer. Try to sound interested. Try to be relaxed and confident. If you don't know a word, try to say it in a different way. Don't leave long silence. If you don't understand a question, ask the interlocutor to repeat the question. And as a final strategy, listen carefully.
My name is Michelle Galor and now I'm going to talk about speaking exam part 2. Part 2 of the FCE speaking test is called the long term because you and student B take turns to give long speeches. You get 2 color photos and you have to talk about them on your own for a minute. When you finish, the examiner asks the other student, in this case student B, a question about your photos. Student B should talk for about 30 seconds. Then student B gets 2 photos and has to talk about them for 1 minute. When that is over, the examiner asks you a question and now you have to about 30 seconds to answer. In this part, we can find some common mistakes. For example, most of FCE students describe the photos. Nobody asks you to describe them. You are asked to compare it. There's a big difference. In addition, if you forgot a word or make a mistake, don't worry. Just keep talking. You have to talk for 1 minute. Mistakes are normal. Keep going. So what to do to avoid these mistakes? The photos are always different, but the process is always the same. The examiner will ask you to compare the photos and say something about them. Don't forget, compare and not to describe.
Hello everyone, my name is Lorena Canchignia and I am going to talk about part 4 about discussion for a speaking exam. So, in this part you will be asked questions which develop ideas related to the topic in part 3. The discussion will open up into more general ideas. This is an opportunity to show how much language you know, although this part of the test is led by the interlocutor. You must try and share the discussion equally. Give your own opinions, but also listen and involve your partners. The interlocutor will stop you after approximately 4 minutes. Expert task strategies. So we have 4 steps that we can follow. The first one is if you don't understand the question, ask the interlocutor to repeat it. The step number 2 is give opinions and your response for them. Step number 4, don't dominate the discussions. And step number 3, take the opportunity to use a wide range of language. Finally, we have an example of a speaking exam that we can apply all of the steps and strategies.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Guana Luisa and I'm going to present the part 3 collaborative task. In this part, you work with your partner for 3 minutes to complete a task using a spidergram which the interlocutor gives you. The first part of the task, which takes 2 minutes, involves discussion ideas and giving opinions based on the questions and notes on the spidergram. There is then a 1-minute decision-making task. There are no right or wrong answers, and it is not necessary to agree with each other. In this part, you are tested on your ability to work together on a task. You are expected to take turns at speaking, sometimes leading the conversation, trying to involve your partner and coming to agreement. However, how you work together on the task is more important than any decision you may come to. For this part, you need to be able to ask for, give, and react the opinions and suggestions, speculate, interrupt, and start and finish a discussion. Don't forget, make sure you don't come to a final agreement too quickly.